The first book of Slavoj Žižek is called, en français, Le plus sublime des hystériques.
Which is the quotation of Hegel.
Which is a quotation of Hegel, yeah, which is now re-edited in France in a new edition. Is he an hysteric?
I think, maybe I'm wrong.
The question is, what if
there ever was
I'm sorry. Alors, excusez. Well, you know, it's a very academic question. Is philosophy, the way Slavoj Žižek is doing philosophy, has that something to do with a hysteric way to treat a question? Because hysterics have something with questions. They put questions. They jump into questions. They're not afraid to subvert all certainties. Is that okay or not?
I think the general structure of all critical culture is in a way hysteric. But yeah, you have all kinds of...
well, religion is obsession.
Supernature, hysteria in all kinds of ways. Of course, kind of what Slavoj often analyzes, a kind of hysteria in the sense of the beautiful soul. So you ask all kinds of things, but you are, in fact, you are very afraid that your claims will be taken seriously.
This is unfortunately true. Do you agree with Marc till now of today's radical left?
Yeah.
They demand change, but it's sustained often by this superstition. If we talk enough about change, maybe nothing will really happen. But can I answer?
What is not what your last suggestion was in a certain way. We have in a certain way to remain in that negativity. We have no alternative in our revolution, but we have to put some question to capitalism. There is another way.
Yeah, but nonetheless, I wouldn't go to the end in the sense that this is all we can do. I hear much more traditionally positive. At some time, you know what I really like in Gramsci, let me do it this way. You know that the young Gramsci, okay, in early 20s, was publishing his text called Il Ordine Nuovo Ordine, the New Order. It's interesting how for him it was still possible to use this phrase as a communist. Immediately afterwards, this phrase was totally appropriated by extreme right. If you said in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, new order, we know where you are. Maybe it's the time for the left to reclaim this one. But I want to tell you another thing where I sympathize deeply with Lacan. My friend Mladen Dolar discovered this when he read closely, I think I'm not sure it's L'Envers de la psychanalyse. The other, there you find this Kesel, the most sublime of all hysterics. But the problem is which one? 30, 40 pages later, Lacan says Hegel is the model of university discourse. Yeah. Like, you know, all knowledge systematized. Then, 40 pages later, Lacan says Hegel is the ultimate master discourse. How can we read this? Because we have three positions in discourse. I tend to combine this with another Lacan statement there, where he says that at every point of passage from one discourse to the other, the discourse of the analyst briefly emerges. So if Hegel is all the three at the same time, maybe he really is the fourth one, you know, the analyst. No? That would be my nice reading of Lacan, and it's here that I read, I'm well aware, Lacan against the grain, in the sense that I think, I will be very brutal, up to a point, that when Lacan mostly says Hegel, you should, if you have text on your computer, you should replace Hegel with Kozev or Hippolyte, you know, like that. Lacan's Hegel is very much mediated by this tradition. I simply claim it's well worth to think, is this the real Hegel, or is the Hegel we all fear? That stupid university image of, you know, Hegel, that madman who thought absolute knowing, I know everything. So, isn't this Hegel a kind of what in psychoanalysis we call Deck Erinnerung, le souvenir écran, masking something so radical in Hegel that maybe we are not even now ready to accept it. No?
But I think here I must share your brutality and stop the session, because it's time, we're out of time. You have a big job to do by signing all the books. There's a table for you. I thank the audience, I thank the organization.
I thank you.